Hello and welcome to the post-match reaction and analysis of Arsenal versus West Ham. What a game it was, man! What a game! Arsenal named mostly an unnamed side. I would say this was their best side on paper, right? Like we all know, since this season. I mean, Jesus was not there. That's the only thing. I mean, Nketiah played so well that it was almost like the best team that Arsenal could have put down on the field. West Ham too looked a very strong side on paper, at least compared to last season. They're already a top 16, but yeah, currently they're not performing as well, but still they are a top 16. And even at least after the addition of Paqueta, it has become even more better. So winning against such a side, it clearly shows like it has been good. It was after the World Cup. People didn't know what to expect, but this was still better. So I will be doing the review in three parts. First one will be how a team was in possession, how a team was out of possession, and how a team was during transition. Now there are two things in transition: transition in attack and transition in defense. But I've only considered transition in attack this time. And at the end, I have winners from each team and cumulative losers from both the teams. Yeah. So let's get to it. So how was Arsenal during possession? Arsenal were almost as good as in possession as we have seen them during the season. Definitely much better, a bit better in the second half. They raised their game just a bit up in the second half, and it showed. Like for the second goal that Martinelli scored, the ball was moved so efficiently and so quickly that he got like at least a yard of more than a yard, at least 2 yards of space against Soufal, and he quickly shifts it onto his left and hits it. So that was one of the better examples of moving the ball quickly around across the field. So definitely what Arsenal had in mind to move the ball quickly and better. However, Arsenal out of possession, they were pretty good out of possession too, had a nice shape. They were only under proper pressure from the West Ham side in the last 15 minutes, so there wasn't much to do. Now comes the best part. How was Arsenal during transition in attack? So they had one or two counter attacks, especially in the first half, where Nketiah tried to side foot when they were like 2-on-2. Saka tried to make a run outside the second one inside the penalty box, but Nketiah chose to ignore him and went ahead himself. But he chose to not to put the laces through it. He tried to side foot it. I mean, it was okay, but apart from that, Arsenal didn't make much during the counter attacks. There was one of the chances where Nketiah could have busted through, but Nketiah does not have much pace. Neither does he have much physical prowess, so he didn't fancy himself much against Craig Dawson. Now, how was Arsenal in transition under defense? Now this is definitely one of the weaker points, I would say, of Arsenal, as Tierney normally played high, and a back three was formed with Gabriel on the left, Saliba in the center, and White on the right. So a ball comes in and Gabriel hits the ball, and he is near the halfway line, and Gabriel clears the ball, wins the header and clears the ball, but he doesn't track back, and the ball falls to Soufal and he lobs the ball ahead. Now note here that Gabriel is ahead, out of position. Tierney, as usual, is playing high on the left. And Martinelli has come back from Qatar, so he is not going to do much of the defensive work as of now. And mind you, they were kind of in the attack zone. Yeah, they were on the attack, kind of in the attack. And even Granit Xhaka, who plays on the left side of the centre midfield, he too was playing advanced most of the time. So at that time, the left side was completely overloaded by Gerald Bowen and Mikel Antonio. So it just took only two people to overload the left line, because most of the Arsenal players were ahead. So Soufal puts a ball in behind and they're caught ahead. I mean, if we have to pinpoint, you could say it was Gabriel's fault, but even Saliba could have cleared it if he was completely decisive, but he was indecisive, and yeah, that led to that penalty incident. Apart from that, Arsenal were, yeah, okay, not much trouble, but most of the uh, yeah, not much trouble, yeah, okay. Now talking about West Ham, in possession, they didn't have much possession to begin with. They only had 15 minutes of controlled possession. uh, like they had 1 or 2 minutes in the first half, but apart from that, not much. And they had like 15 minutes of possession in the second half, at the end of the second half. So they didn't do much, didn't cause much problems. Arsenal were, yeah, nice and compact, and West Ham too didn't quite conjure up. And they were also like down and under, they were like beaten by that time. So they're just wrapping up formalities by that time. They had 1 or 2 wayward shots, that's all. However, West Ham out of possession, they were quite compact, and like all hands were on deck in the first half. So they just kept Arsenal out at bay during the first half. But even they couldn't keep that up, keep the intensity up during the second half. So yeah, they had to give, and yeah, they just couldn't quite much. Next, talking about West Ham's transitioning attack. So most of what West Ham did was this transitioning and attack. They fed long balls, especially on the right of West Ham and left of Arsenal. So ahead, on the left flank of Arsenal. So feeding Jared Bowen, and like he was an outlet for them. They're fed by long balls by Rice or Dawson or Sufal. Those were the best moments of their game in this match, and the penalty incident came from this. So it was good play from West Ham side. Now at the end, winners from the Arsenal side, the players who did well. Winners are Odegaard, Martinelli, Saka, and of course Eddie Nketiah. Odegaard was the heart of what Arsenal did. So he was like in the most of the action. His first shot fell into the path of Saka, and Saka finished. Martinelli again was lively. He didn't do much, yeah, but at least he was direct, and yes, he caused problems. And also Fabianski shouldn't have got beaten at his near post, but yeah, credit to Martinelli for taking the shot, and he got his reward. Talking about Nketiah, his goal was just amazing. All credit to him, but yeah, we can see a bit more confidence and a bit more responsibility taking from him. There was a tone of underconfidence in him. Those who have watched him regularly will see what I mean, and who have seen Gabriel Jesus play will see what I mean. Honorable mentions are White. Yeah, he was rock solid at the back of the defense, and he had a few lovely body feints to fool the West Ham players. So another very good game from him. Very good game. Winners for West Ham: Jared Bowen, Mikel Antonio, Said Benrahma, and Declan Rice for sure. Antonio did, as usual, his hold of play again was fabulous. Next comes Benrahma, definitely in for the penalty. Yeah, apart from that, didn't do much. Jared Bowen was a constant menace on the right, and his pace was also a problem. Rice broke up play and some crucial interventions, especially against Bukayo Saka. Now coming ahead to the losers, the cumulative losers, as you would say: Gabriel, Souček, and Partey. Gabriel definitely because of the big positional play goof up, and this is not his first time he has done this. He is sometimes a bit overeager at times, you know. Partey, because we expect him to be good, he was good, but his passing was simply off. Like on many occasions, it was definitely not up to the mark, not at all. Next, I have put Souček because I definitely expect so much from him. Like we have seen what he can do, but he almost ghosted from this match. So yeah, that's all from my side. We will cover the next match as well that Arsenal have. Next, we will move on ahead to the game week 16. That is we visit Brighton at Falmer Stadium. That will be a game to watch because Brighton kind of have the same play attributes like Arsenal want to do, play those little intricate passes, and that is a team that I've come to love to watch, and that game will be a cracker, I guess. It has to be. Let's see.